Hello there, my name is Paul, and I thought I'd put this vlog together about a road trip that we recently took to a place called Moose Factory and Moosonee, which is right here at the very southern tip of the James Bay region. Put that in perspective, the red mark is Toronto, that's where I live and reside, and a week ago today would have been way up here, and it was an amazing trip. So there's 5 guys plus myself, and we drove 3 different vehicles. There was a late model F-150, there was a Land Rover LR3, and Lexus GX470, that's my truck. The main reason we went up there is to drive the We-tum Ice Road, which is a road that the Moose Cree First Nation put in every winter time since 2012, and it allows people to drive their personal vehicles to and from the, Cochrane and other places to this remote community. Generally, the way that you get there is by the Polar Bear Express or flights. And the Polar Bear Express is a really popular train that tourists like to take up in the summertime to see that beautiful part of the world. The way that they make the road, they use tractors and graders, bombardier groomers and whatnot to tow very large tires across the muskeg rivers and lakes, and that for all intents and purposes creates this temporary road which you won't see on any map. In fact, Google Maps will tell you that you can't get there by car, but I'm here to tell you that you can, because we did it and it was amazing. If you are into road trips and you have a reliable four-wheel drive vehicle, I would highly recommend that you do it one day. The distance is about 700 kilometers north on the first leg, and that is from Toronto to Cochrane. And then from Cochrane, it's about another 300 kilometers north of there. And that takes you right into Moosonee and Moose Factory. The time it took us is basically 2 legs going up, 2 legs coming back, and then we drove about 200 kilometers north of Moosonee and Moose Factory. The one day that we had a whole day up there, so that was a really beautiful time. The purpose of the trip, other than driving the ice road, was to also see the northern lights, or the aurora borealis. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see those, but what we did see was a lunar pardon me, there are lunar halos, but we saw the solar halo, and that's a ginormous ring around the sun that just basically is there, plain to see with the naked eye and with the camera, and it's created by the sun shining through ice crystals that are really high up in the atmosphere, and it creates a beautiful visual effect of this ginormous ring around the sun. So the ice road was fantastic. It was a little bumpy in parts, but for there was times we were traveling 50 to anywhere from 50 to 100 or so kilometers an hour. There were sections that were very, very smooth, and then there's other portions that weren't quite as smooth. The temperatures, you're talking, well, the coldest we felt was -37 Celsius with a wind chill of about -45, and let me tell you, that's really, really cold. But it's a different kind of cold that what I'd generally be used to here in Toronto. It's hard to explain, but perhaps it's just a drier cold. So it didn't seem as bad, but it was still really cold. Hard to explain. I guess you just have to experience it one day. What we brought extra fuel, we brought warm clothing, of course, and emergency gear like the blankets and the candles, things of that nature. We also had a spot GPS locator, and of course lots of dry food and water. And where we ended up staying was a place called the Moose Cree Eco Lodge. It's a beautiful lodge in Moose Factory, and I highly recommend you stay there. You can find them on online, and it was just a pleasure to stay there. Really, really nice. Well, that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks, and have a great day.